Why are the churches killing Christians? It's already clear. The Bible says it. Do not eat pork. It has all the advice and instructions on what not to eat. I mean, that's what, God said it already. God declared it. And how can churches say otherwise? I mean, did they say that God's commandments, that he lied all that time? See, that would be blasphemy. Basically what it is God's commandments versus people's translations of what Paul said. But if you really think that, if you really look at that closely, they're saying it's God's commandments versus Paul's opinions. And even that right there is blasphemous. Why would you want to equate God's commandments, or why would you even want to compare God's commandments with the opinions of Paul? I mean, that is, I don't know what you call that, but that's blasphemous. That is straight blasphemy. But see, if you look at Paul's translations, I mean, in Romans 3, Paul said, we must uphold the law. And by the way, that law, it really means instruction. The Torah means instruction. Yes, there are some laws in it. If you really look at that closely, Torah means instruction. So if God instructed us not to eat pork, who are we to say otherwise? And who is Paul to say otherwise? Jesus never said that it's okay to eat pork. I mean, if you look at Matthew 5:17 through 19, Jesus said, I did not come to abolish the Torah, but to fulfill it. And to say that fulfilling means doing away with it, that goes against what he was saying in the first place. He said, I did not come to abolish the Torah. So why are church saying that he came to do away with it? That doesn't make sense. Why would Jesus go against the commandments in the Old Testament, or Torah, if you will? That doesn't make sense at all. I mean, the Bible, the word of the Lord, is forever. So why would Jesus say against that? But see, Jesus goes on to say, whoever teaches to obey these commandments or the Torah will be great in the kingdom of heaven. And he says, whoever breaks these commandments will be least in the kingdom of heaven. And whoever teaches others to do so, to break these commandments, the Torah, will be least in the kingdom of heaven. I mean, how isn't that clear enough? God never changed his mind about Torah. God never said, it's okay to eat pork now. So why are church folks saying that it's okay to eat pork now, when God commands people not to eat pork because he was saying it's unclean? He was basically saying that it's not fit to eat, it's not clean. Just like when God said, do not come close to a dead body because it is unclean. They didn't have, back in those days, they didn't have words like microbes, viruses, microbacteria. So they had to use words like unclean. It's simple, but it gets the point across. So same thing with the pork. God says, do not eat pork because it is unclean. So if God's meaning that the pork is unclean, it's not really a spiritual thing where if people eat pork, that they'll be spiritually unclean. That's not really what it means. He's just saying that don't eat pork because it is not clean. It's not fit to eat. It's not good for the body. So why are church folks teaching you to eat pork when God already said it's not clean, it's not healthy? If you still go to a church that teaches that, then they're basically killing you, and that's not really a good place you want to be.